In the previous lecture, what we discussed? We discussed about the circuit elements and also pure resistive, pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit. Have you remembered? In pure resistive, what is the phase difference between current and voltage? Yes, you are correct. Phase difference is 0. What's the phase difference between current and voltage in pure capacitive circuit? Yes, you are thinking the answer. Plus pi by 2 means current leads the voltage by a phase difference of pi by 2. In inductor, yes, minus pi by 2 means current lags the voltage by a phase difference of pi by 2. Why I told you these things? Why I remind you these things? Because you have to remember this much to discuss in today's lecture. What I am going to discuss in today's lecture, for that this much knowledge you should have. In pure resistor, phase difference 0. In pure capacitor, current leads the voltage by pi by 2. In pure inductor, current lags the voltage by phase difference of pi by 2. Another thing also, when one resistor is connected in circuit, then the opposition, you tell the opposition as what? Resistance. When inductor is connected in the circuit, then you tell the opposition as what? Inductive reactance, not inductance. Okay, I have told in the previous lecture, don't tell inductance. The opposition of inductor is called inductive reactance. There is opposition of a capacitor is called capacitive reactance. When this is connected, the opposition is called resistance. When this is connected, the opposition is called inductive reactance. When this is connected, the opposition is called capacitive reactance when capacitor is connected. But all these three are measured in the unit ohm. SI unit of inductive reactance, capacitive reactance and resistance is ohm. But the question is now, if in one AC circuit, either any one or any two or all the three are connected, all the three are connected. If one connected, then it's good. But if more than one connected, then at that time the opposition will be called as what? That means what I am telling. So resistor, inductor. Okay, so its opposition is resistance, its opposition is inductive reactance. Here the opposition will be called as what? Suppose I will tell resistor, capacitor is connected. So resistance, capacitive reactance. Here the opposition will be called as what? Then suppose inductor, resistor, capacitor. All the three are connected. All the three are connected. This is resistance, this is inductive capacitive reactance. So if the connections are like this, in one circuit, two circuit elements, three circuit elements are connected. In this case, opposition is called as what? You are thinking we will call it resistance. If we call it resistance, then inductor and the capacitor will feel bad. Okay, we will tell inductive reactance. These two will feel bad. We will tell capacitive reactance. Then these two will feel bad. Then what will do? Think like a gentleman. What will do? So that all these three will not feel bad. The net opposition will be named as what? Okay, we will bring some new term so that no one will feel bad. We will bring one new term. So what is the new term? New term is impedance. New term is impedance. Symbol is Z. Impedance. What is impedance? When either 3 or 2 or even if also can be 1, no problem. The net opposition is called as impedance. in an AC circuit. If you want to write the notes, you can write the definition of impedance. The net opposition offered by all the circuit elements in an AC circuit is called impedance. Again, I am telling, the net opposition offered by all the circuit elements in an AC circuit to electric current is called as impedance, because they are opposing all three of the NE1, NE, that is electric current, and all are opposing electric current. One opposes flow, one opposes increase or decrease, like this. So this is the impedance. The new term now came in your dictionary, physics dictionary. One new term is added, that is impedance. So what is the SI unit of this? Its SI unit is ohm. It's measured in the unit ohm. Same as this. Also that is measured in the unit ohm. Okay. So now let's see one thing. Suppose in this circuit, now net opposition is called impedance. Suppose this XL is 2 ohm, R is 3 ohm, X is suppose 4 ohm. Suppose I wrote like this, the answer is coming this much. Suppose I am giving 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm. My question is, what is the impedance of this circuit, of this AC circuit now? This is 2 ohm, this is 3 ohm, this is 4 ohm. What is the net opposition? What is the impedance? You pause the video here and find the net impedance of this line. Pause the video. Don't play it continuously. Now you pause it. Okay? Okay. So I hope you found the answer. So now I'll tell you. Now you check whether you are correct or wrong. Impedance. Z. You have done it like this. Resistance XL plus XC. R is 3 ohm. XL is 2 ohm. XC is 4 ohm. And it's coming 3 plus 2, 5, 4, 9 ohm. Did you get this much answer? Yes, you are now very happy that you got this much answer. But now don't be happy because your answer is wrong. Your answer is wrong. It's not 9 ohm. Why? That means this, when you find the net impedance, when you find the net opposition, so these are not added. These are not just added simply. Yes, they are not added simply. So what will be the net impedance then formula? So this formula is then wrong. This formula is then wrong. Then what is the formula of net impedance? That one is today's topic. We'll discuss that one. What is the expression of impedance in terms of R, XL and XC? Before that, again another question is coming to your mind. So impedance is the new opposition now came to our dictionary. But we know when resistance come, it come with its reciprocal. When capacitance come, it also comes with its reciprocal. You know, resistance, its reciprocal is called as conductance. Capacitance, its reciprocal is called as dash. You have not remembered. Called as dash. Elastance. Reciprocal of capacitance is called as elastance. Then what is the reciprocal of this impedance? Now question is coming to your mind. Yes, that you don't know, I will tell you. Okay, so the reciprocal of this impedance is called as admittance. Is called as admittance. The reciprocal of impedance. A symbol for that you can write A. A is equal to 1 by Z. 1 by Z, reciprocal of impedance, is called admittance. Okay. So what will be its SI unit? What will be its SI unit? So if this is ohm, so this is obviously ohm inverse. You can add it ohm inverse or MHO or MHO. So this is about the impedance and admittance. Then what is the reciprocal of reactance, capacitive reactance and inductive reactance? Do you know what is the reciprocal of reactance? Reciprocal of reactance. Reactance, what is it? It is called susceptance. Susceptance, you remember. Susceptance. So you got all reciprocals today, I think. Resistance reciprocal conductance, then capacitance reciprocal elastance, reactance reciprocal susceptance, also impedance reciprocal admittance. So now you got the idea about impedance, but one thing now still is the question mark. What is the expression of Z in terms of R, XL and XC? Till now it is the question mark. Now I am going to that. So now we'll discuss to get the answer of this Z expression, LCR circuit. Series LCR circuit now we'll discuss. So it's a very important derivation, also comes in examination, very important derivation. This is many questions also comes from this, that is series LCR circuit. Series LCR circuit we will discuss today. Series LCR circuit means inductor, capacitor and resistor, all three are connected in series to one alternating voltage source. This is series LCR circuit. Series LCR circuit. So resistor, then inductor, then capacitor. All three are connected to one AC source. This is the AC source. Its EMF will take E is equal to E naught sin omega t, as usual, what we always do. And this is the resistance R, inductance L and capacitance C. That you know, always you take like this. These are the constants of them. Okay, but XL and XC that vary depending on the frequency of this source. Here is the frequency omega. Okay, so this is the series LCR circuit. Now we'll solve this one. But before that, one question is coming to your mind. Sir, you told series LCR circuit. Is there any circuit called as parallel LCR circuit? Yes, one circuit is there. Also one circuit is there called parallel LCR circuit. But now today we will discuss about series LCR circuit. Now let's come to discuss series LCR circuit. But series LCR circuit, when we will do the solution, I will do phasor solution. I will do today phasor solution of this. Again the question comes, sir, you mentioned particularly to do phasor solution. Is there any other type of solution? Yes. Another solution also it has. Analytical solution. Differential method solution. Analytical or differential method of a solution. But today we will discuss only which solution? Phasor solution. But what do you mean by phasor solution? Phasor solution means we'll draw the phasor diagram first. Then we'll enter into the solution. Basing on the phasor diagram, we'll do the solution. But earlier, in pure capacitive, pure inductive, what you did? You did the analytical process. Differentiation, integration, you did the process like this. At the end of the derivation, you draw the phasor diagram. But here we will not do like that. Here what we will do? We will draw the phasor diagram first. Then we will go to the solution. Hence its name is phasor solution. It's very easy. But you try to understand. See the video. Time and again you see the video. Don't see the video continuously. Okay? So now what happened, you see, if before going to the phasor solution, I want to ask you one question here. Suppose the voltage of this R is 2 volts. Voltage across this all are connected in series connection. Series connection means voltage divides. You know, in series connection you had remembered that voltage divides in current electricity chapter. So suppose this element voltage is 2 volt. Here the voltage is suppose 3 volt. Here the voltage is suppose 4 volt. 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt. Okay, my question is, what is the net voltage applied? What is the net voltage applied? Pause the video here. Do the answer. Okay, don't see further. Pause the video here now. Find the answer. Okay, hope now you found the answer. And how you did the answer? To find the net voltage, you did the voltage 2 plus 3 plus 4. How much you got? 9 volt you got. What are you thinking? I know now you are not happy because also previous time the answer came 9 ohm and sir you told that is the wrong answer. This time also the answer is coming 9 volt. I know sir, you must tell that this is also wrong answer. Okay. So the answer is wrong. The answer is wrong. So you think is correct, the answer is wrong, then it will not be 9 volt. Why it will not be 9 volts? You cannot add the voltages simply. You cannot add the voltages algebraically. Is the question coming to your mind? But sir, we have done in current electricity chapter. In current electricity chapter, but you didn't tell anything when you add them algebraically. In current electricity chapter, what happened? When the resistors are there, resistors were there. Suppose this is 2 volt, this is 3 volt, this is 4 volt. We add them just simply like this and we got 9 volt. But at that time you didn't tell anything. But why you are telling wrong here? Because here all are not resistor. This is in the capacitor, this is inductor, there are other circuit elements. The problem is the voltage in all these 3 circuit elements are not in same phase. The voltages are not in same phase. They are not in same phase, so you cannot add them algebraically. This is wrong. You cannot add them algebraically because they are different circuit elements. They are not in same phase. In phasor diagram, they don't lie in a common line. There is phase difference between them. Now we'll see. We'll find the net voltage when 3 circuit elements or different circuit elements are connected. But in current electricity, all are same circuit element, resistor. All voltages are in same phase. So you have just added them. That means this current electricity, what you have done, that's a special case of this. If this is son, this is father. Now we are coming to discuss about the father. You have only read a special case, taking all 3 circuit elements the same. Okay, we will not do. You are telling sir, you are playing with us, you are giving the questions where you will do mistake. Okay, not like that. Now I will go to the topic. I am showing you your mistakes so that you will not repeat these mistakes further. You can able to know that this is the mistake. I will not go into the mistake one. Okay, wrong one I will not enter. So now we will add them. How will add them? Let's see. How will find the net voltage? Let's take that voltage across this resistor. How much voltage you apply? The voltage across this resistor is suppose VL. How it will be VL? It is VR. Voltage across resistor. Voltage across inductor is VL. And voltage across capacitor is suppose VC. Here VR, here VL, here VC. And the net voltage is VR plus VL plus VC. No, just before I told you. Okay, you cannot add them simply. But what is the expression of a current here? We don't know, because we have not proceeded in the derivation. I don't know the expression of current. Then how we will draw the phasor diagram? I told you first we will draw phasor diagram, then we will go to the solution. I don't know what is the expression of current. If you don't know, then you take it late. No problem. You will take it late, the current expression. In other derivations, in previous derivations, you found the expression of current. But in this derivation, you will take let, and after that you will find. Let's see what we do. Let alternating EMF is given by is equal to inertia omega-t. This is as usual sentence. Let alternating current is given by I equal to I naught sin omega t plus phi. Plus phi, let's take. But the question is here what? You don't know this one. What is I naught? You don't know. That's the question. This is the question. I naught is the question. You don't know what is phi. This is the question. Phi is the question. When I will get I naught and I will get phi, then the derivation will be over. Then you will understand everything. You will understand at that time everything. Okay. So now the problem is here. Another question is coming to your mind. Yes. The question is coming, sir, how you take a plus phi? That may be minus phi. How you know that this will be plus phi? Yes, this question also is coming to your mind. Why I have taken plus phi here? This may be minus phi. No problem. You just take it to plus phi. If the answer will come minus, then no problem, you will write there minus. Automatically, if the answer will come, suppose minus pi by 2, then if this will be minus pi by 2, that plus will be minus. If the answer will come plus pi by 2, then this will be plus pi by 2. Don't worry. But you take it as plus pi now. Don't worry that why I have not taken minus sign. If the phi value will come in minus, then automatically this one will be minus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 or minus 60, minus pi by 4 or something minus, it will automatically be minus. Don't worry about this. Okay. So now let's come to the solution, phasor solution. Even before phasor solution, we have to draw the phasor diagram. In series connection, my question is now to you. What remains constant? In series connection, what remains constant? Okay, I know you are telling the answer correct. You are telling, sir, current remains constant. That you know earlier. You can't tell that that is wrong. Because what you know earlier, you are always telling that they are now wrong. But current is constant. You can't tell that is wrong. Yes, you are right. Current is constant in series connection. But I want to add extra here. What extra? Current means previously you only understood magnitude. Current means 2 ampere flowing, 4 ampere flowing, 50 ampere flowing. But now in this chapter, current means you are understanding two things. One is magnitude as well as phase. Phase also is coming with it. Now you are understanding two things for current. One is magnitude, one is phase. So if two things are coming, we have to check whether the two will be same or not. That's the question here. In series combination of this LCR circuit, current is the same means it is same both in magnitude as well as also same in phase. Means all currents will be in same phase. What is the phase difference of a current? Between resistor and inductor, 0. Between inductor and a capacitor, 0. Between resistor and a capacitor, 0. Because all currents will be in same phase in the three circuit elements. That means in phasor diagram, there will be only one line for current. Yes. One line for current, because current is same both in magnitude as well as in phase. So in phasor diagram, there will be only one line for current. Now you try to understand. Now I am going to draw the phasor diagram, which is very, very important one. Phasor diagram. This is the reference line. This is the reference line. Okay. So this is the reference line here. You always draw like this. EMF will take like this. Suppose you take EMF. This is E. Length is E naught. Okay, this is E. Making how much angle? Omega t. What about current? Current I have taken omega t plus phi. But I don't know whether that phi is plus or the phi is minus. But I have taken it like plus phi. Let's take anywhere, then we'll see what will happen. When we will get the actual answer of phi, then automatically it will be corrected. Okay, so let's take omega t plus phi. Plus phi means which direction? Phi x prime. Plus phi. So this is the current expression. This is the current expression. Always current with respect to EMF being less from it. Okay, so that's the current. So this is the current. We have taken it like this. So this is the EMF, this is the current in the phasor diagram. Just we have taken it. Actually, we don't know anything where is the current. What to reach the magnitude, we don't know. But whatever may be the magnitude, that must be same in all these three. And also phase will be same. Okay, this is the phi. Omega t plus phi. Now see, where is the current of this resistor? Current line of this resistor, this line. This blue color line is the current of this resistor. This blue color line is the current of this inductor. This blue color line is the current of this capacitor. Okay, for all these three, this is the current. Because current is same in magnitude as well as in phase. So length will be same as well as the phase, the same line. What about the voltages? But voltages are not same. Voltages are not same. They are in different phase. We'll treat the voltages as here vectors we are treating. We'll treat the voltages as vector. We'll add them vectorically. We are telling voltages are vector. Actually, voltages are not vector, but we'll treat them as a vector here only. Here only we'll treat them as vector. But keep in mind, voltage is not a vector, but we'll treat as a vector only here. Okay, so now let's draw the voltage in this phasor diagram. What happened to here? What happened to here? If this is the voltage, this is the current, I am drawing it separately. You see, this is the current. This is the current. This is the current. Then voltage will be where? Where will the voltage lie? If this is the current, voltage will make how much angle with this current? How much angle? Yes, you are correct. It will not make any angle. Why? Because voltage and current will be in the same line. Voltage and current will be in the same line. So, voltage will be in the same line. Same line of the current. So, here I am drawing the voltage. In the same line with current, this is the voltage. VR. VR will be in the same line. Okay, in the same line with current. But, now come to which one? Inductor. Inductor now come. So this is the current line. This is the current. This is the current. From here I draw the current here to show. Where is the voltage? In inductor. Current leads or lags. I have told you to remember. This knowledge is required here. So current lags by pi by 2. I have told that current lags by pi by 2. Current lags by pi by 2 means voltage leads. I can say voltage leads by pi by 2. So current lags means voltage leads. So if this is current, then voltage leads. Leads means anti-clockwise direction, positive. Anti-clockwise direction positive, making 90 degree with it. So this will be the voltage line. This will be the voltage line of inductor VM. See, current lags by y by 2, so voltage leads by pi by 2. If this is the current line, voltage lead by pi by 2. If voltage lead, automatically current lag. So that VL now, let's draw here the VL. Let's draw the VL here. This is the current line. Draw, making angle 90 degree with it. Just you draw the VL. This is the VL. How much angle this is? 90 degree with current. This is the VL. Now what happens to the capacitor VC? In VC what happens, you see? In VC you have remembered, I have told you to remember, but you have remembered, I leads by pi by 2. Current leads voltage by pi by 2. Then voltage lags by pi by 2. So voltage lags. Voltage is lagging behind. Voltage lags if this is current. If this is current, voltage lags means it will come to this direction 90 degree. So this is VC. Lag means clockwise, leads means anti-clockwise. Positive means anti-clockwise, negative means clockwise. Voltage lags by pi by 2. So voltage lag means automatically current lead. So voltage will be here. So let's draw the voltage. Let's draw the voltage here. This is the voltage line. Just opposite to VL. This is VC. So this angle is 90 degree. Mark clearly. Angle is 90 degree with the current and VC. With the current and VC, the angle is 90 degree. Don't confuse about this. But can you mark one thing here? If this is current, then this is the voltage to this side. Capacitive voltage, this is the inductor voltage. This is to 90 degree to this side. This is 90 degree to this side. If this is the current line, voltage is here, this voltage is here. Inductor voltage leads the current, capacitor voltage lags the current. One question comes in exam from this, and that question is homework for you. Question is this: what is the phase difference between the voltages across capacitor and inductor in LCR circuit, series LCR circuit? Okay, did you note this question? What questions I am telling to you, you must note it. What is the phase difference between voltages across capacitor and inductor in series LCR circuit? The answer is very clear from the diagram, but I will not tell you. You do it, you think and you do it. Okay, so now the phasor diagram is over. If this much you understand, then your LCR circuit is complete. If you understand only this much. This is VL, this is VC. Now your understanding of this series LCR circuit, difficult portion now you understood. So now what we do? Our aim is to find the net voltage. How will you find the net voltage? We will add these voltages vectorically. I told you we will treat them as vectors and we will add them vectorically. VI, VL, VC. These three vectors will add. Let's do one thing. So we will bring these three to another figure because there it is more crowded. So we bring these three to another figure. Okay, let's bring to another figure. This is here. I draw here. I draw. Let's draw here. Let's draw. This is the VR. Okay, and this is VL. This is the VR. This is VC. Clear? What I did? I just take the figure out of this and I turn it. I just turn the figure. If I not turn, then no problem. Also, you can keep it like this. You can keep it here also in this direction and VL in this direction, VC in this direction. No problem. This is VL, this is VL, this is VC. You can do like this, you can do like this. Our aim is to add the vectors. No problem. Nothing harm happens here. Okay, but I turn so that the figure will look good. The figure will look good. Okay, so for that, just I take it from here, I turn it here. Now I'll add. Three vectors will add by which law? Polygon law. Polygon law. Polygon law. First you add VL and VC, you know, 3 vectors you have to add, but which two are easy to add fast? We'll add them first, VL and VC, because they are opposite to each other. As opposite, what is the net voltage when you add VL and VC? If opposite, they get subtracted, and the net voltage now will be VL side will do, why will do to VL side? Net opposition will be VL minus VC. So net opposition will be VL minus VC. VL and VC, net will be VL minus VC. Why VL minus VC? It can be VC minus VL. It can be. This question is coming to your mind. Sir, why we are doing, when you subtract VL and VC? Who told you to do VL minus VC? Why it cannot be VC minus VL? Yes, it also can be. You are correct. Your thinking is correct. You may do VL minus VC, or you may do VC minus VL. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, anything you can do like this. But when you do, I am doing VL minus VC means I am taking VL as a greater. If you do VC minus VL, then you will take a VC greater. Anything you can do, no problem. But we will do it taking any one as a greater or not? We will do it taking any one as a greater. So for that I have taken VL as greater than VC, so that the figure will be remaining the upward side. Okay, but you can take also VC minus VL. Don't confuse about this. Anything you can take here. Now VL minus VC is added with VR. When VL minus VC will be added with VR, so they are perpendicular to each other. So we have to add them by which law? Have you remembered? Triangular law or parallelogram law? They start from a common point. So we have to construct a parallelogram. This is the resultant. This is the resultant EMF. Resultant voltage is this now. Got it? So this is the resultant voltage. VR and VL minus VC were added. So one triangle is formed now here. If we name it A, B, C triangle is formed now here. This is the resultant EMF. So how will find this resultant EMF? Because they are perpendicular to each other, it will use the simple triangular law. So E is equal to resultant EMF is equal to resultant voltage is equal to VR square plus VL minus VC whole square root over. You know it, VR square plus VL minus VC whole square root over. Then implies that E is equal to, what is VR? What is the expression of VR? VR is nothing but IR, current into resistance. So put here IR square. What is VL? It is nothing but I into XL, current into opposition, I into XL. So put here I into XL. What is VC? This is nothing but I into XC. Put here I into XC. So it's square, then root over. Then what happened? So implies that E is equal to then I square, here I square, I will take common to outside. So this will be I square is taken to outside. So it will be R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. Now you take the I to this side. You take the I to this side. So you will get R square XL minus XC whole square root over. But what is this E by I? E is voltage, net voltage. I is the net current. This is net opposition. This is the net opposition, nothing but your Z. So this is R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. So after waiting for a long time, we get our formula. Z is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. This was the question to us from the starting. When I told you 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, you did 9 ohm. I told that's wrong. But now after getting this formula you are happy, sir, also we can calculate. Now it will not be wrong. You'll use this formula while calculating the net opposition in one LCR circuit. R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. Remember this one. Okay, you have to mug up this formula to go to the numericals. R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. So this is the net opposition. If this is the net opposition, so then what is the expression of this I naught, which was the question to us? What is the expression of this I naught? Now you got I naught. So I naught is equal to E naught by Z. I naught equal to E naught by Z. Current is equal to voltage, peak current, peak voltage by opposition. So now you are getting E naught by R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. So this is the expression of I naught. This formula you have to remember to solve the numericals. If you want to write here I RMS, this will be RMS. I average, this will be average. Okay. If you write I RMS here you have to write E RMS. RMS, average, peak. So this is the formula of I naught. You got the formula means your numericals now increase. Okay, many numericals will come based on this. Then what will do? One thing still left. What is that? Phi. Phi also was another question mark. What is the value of phi? We got I naught, but what is the value of phi? Now we'll go to that. How we'll find the expression of phi now? Let's see. How we'll find the expression of phi? Now let's see. So phi value. Phi is here. But here the phi is not, we can't able to see phi. Okay, let's see. Phi is the angle between dash and dash. Tell me. Phi is the angle between dash and dash. Yes. You are telling phi is the angle between E and I. Because that we have taken initially. Phi is the angle between voltage and current. If phi is the angle between E and I, isn't it the angle between E and here? Sir, yes. What you are telling, sir, yes. E between E and I, it's phi. Between E and here also, it's a phi. That means I am also telling that phi is the angle between E and I. Also phi is the angle between E and here. Then here what is E? This E means this one. This here means this one. So here is the angle. So this is phi here. Between E and here. E and here. Is the doubt coming to your mind? That sir, you have drawn the phi there to the offside, or why it is coming to down? I had told you earlier that I don't know phi. Just I had taken the phi like that. Because I was unknown about that phi. I have just taken it like that. Okay? So now the phi is coming here. The same thing I have taken E and V angle. So E and V angle, I have not done anything wrong or anywhere. Or the place I am taking the angle. Same angles I am taking. Clear? So now let's see here. If this is the phi between E and VR, from this triangle we can able to easily find the phi. This ABC triangle. One thing I want to tell you, this ABC triangle is also called an impedance triangle. Because from this triangle we got impedance. R square is equal to something like this. Okay. So this triangle is also called impedance triangle. So from or in triangle ABC, tan phi is equal to what? BC by AB. BC by AB. So tan phi is equal to what is BC? VL minus BC by VR. So tan phi equal to what is VL? IXL. What is VC? IXC. What is VR? IR. Then tan phi equal to I. Cancel. XL minus XC by I. This is the expression of phase difference and also now you got. So that means phi is equal to tan inverse. That you know. Okay. So you got phi, we got I naught. So now the series LCR circuit, complete solution we did. But why doing this derivation in between? One formula I wrote, but you didn't mark that formula while doing the derivation. That formula is also very much required here. Remember that formula. In between while doing, I wrote the net voltage expression as VR square plus VL minus VC whole square root over. This formula is also required for you. Whenever the voltages will be given to find the net voltage, maybe 1 mark, maybe 2 marks question will come in exam. That formula is also required for you. You have to also remember this formula to solve the questions. So this is the complete solution of series LCR circuit, phasor solution. But now we'll come to the special cases. We'll now do the special cases here. What special cases? Suppose only two circuit elements will have, or one circuit element will have. Now let's see what's happening here. We have read already pure resistive circuit, case 1. Pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit. Now let's see. If pure resistive circuit means resistive. Pure resistive circuit. No inductor, no capacitor. What is the value of Z? R square plus 0 square root over. So this is only R. Got it? Directly we got. What about the tan phi? Tan phi XL minus XC by R. This is 0. So what is phi? Phi is 0. Got it? Current and voltage are in same phase. So like this. This is case 1. Also do case 2. If you to take case 2, suppose that is pure L inductive circuit. Now you see X is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. What Z you are getting? R square, 0 square plus XL square. X is also 0 root over. So this is simply XL. So what about tan phi? Tan phi is equal to XL minus 0. Divide by also 0. This is infinite. So here phi we are getting as pi by 2. Complete. If I tell you pure capacitive circuit, if pure capacitive circuit I am doing here also, same place I am doing. If suppose this is case 3, pure capacitive circuit, XL is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, so Z is equal to 0 square plus XL minus XC square, so this will be automatically XC square, so this answer is XC. And tan phi, XL minus XC this is, because now XL 0, so this is minus infinity, so answer will come minus pi by 2. Means here which circuit I told you? Pure capacitive circuit. In pure capacitive circuit, I have taken current. You will take the mod here. You will take the mod minus pi by 2, because in pure capacitive circuit what we have done? Current leads the voltage. Current leads the voltage we have done in pure capacitive circuit. We will take the mod of it. X mod. So then we will find. So this is infinite. So pi by 2. But leads and lags that we have seen there. Okay, we can't able to say like that. So infinite. So pi is pi by 2. So now we got it. So this is about the pure circuits. Now we come to if two circuit elements will be there. Now come to case 4. Come to case 4. Case 4. Suppose LR circuit. LR circuit, what happens? Means X is equal to 0. If X is 0, what is the value of Z? R square plus XL square root over, because X cancel. What is the value of tan phi? Tan phi is there XL, X is cancel by R. by R. You have to write. Okay. Then next come to this is the LR circuit case 5. Let's come to RC circuit. RC circuit. What happens in RC circuit? RC circuit, if you see, then you see now XL is equal to 0. If XL is equal to 0, what about the Z? R square plus X square root over. So tan phi is equal to XL minus XC by R, but you will take here this mod XC by R. You will find, then you will see what lacks or leads according to circuit you will see. Okay, so tan phi is equal to X by R. But one thing I want to tell you here, if the graph comes to draw between Z versus frequency, how will draw the graph between Z versus frequency for RC circuit? This is the question to you. Here also one question I am giving to you. Draw the graph between Z versus frequency for LR circuit. When the circuit is RC circuit, draw Z versus frequency. For pure R you know the graph, for pure XC you know the graph, but when both are connected you draw the graph. And here also when both are connected you draw the graph. This is the question to you. You have to complete. So today we completed series LCR circuit. Thank you.